So my man ARP is now coming out and addressing this whole Rum Nitty controversy. But on top of that, Hip Hop Israel just released a short clip of Beasley pretty much announcing a Rum Nitty versus Fonz battle on volume 10. The irony and the timing is very coincidental. Is the URL trying to save face in this whole situation and keep Rum Nitty on board on the URL? Let's talk about it.
Battle Booth is hot for gang on the low. He hot for gang on the low. I'm Battle Booth gang, so y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is.
The Battle Booth. If you look him up, y'all go subscribe to his channel.
Oh man, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. This is kind of fun, man. This is kind of fun. Keeping track of what's going on, you know what I'm saying? Paying attention to the latest developments as it pertains to this Rum Nitty Geechee Gotti retiring, you know what I'm saying, from battle rapper, the URL. Rum Nitty talking about he might not be on the URL stage too much more and trying to figure out why exactly. We all know that Geechee Gotti, you know what I'm saying, is going to be focusing on the Riot. The Riot is a platform to where it's going to be competition to the URL, because the Riot is a place where there's not going to be as much politics, not nearly as much politics as the URL. The URL is strictly politics. That's why it's very hard for the URL to get battlers from other leagues, to do things with other leagues, to give us battles that we might want going forward because of politics. You know what I'm saying? So trying to figure out and trying to keep track of what's going on with this whole situation about Rum Nitty leaving URL, Geechee Gotti, and blase blah it's been a lot of fun. You know what I'm saying? And if you guys are not subscribed to the channel, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please hit a like on the video real quick, because we're about to get into this. We're about to get into the latest developments as it pertains to Rum Nitty leaving URL, as it pertains to Geechee Gotti, as it pertains to URL constantly trying to block battles and sabotaging leagues, which is where we're going to start. That's where we're going to start. I got two main points to touch on, and one of them is ARP addresses the Rum Nitty situation. Now, ARP's been on his rampage. He's been doing his thing for the past couple of weeks, dropping videos every other day, a mini-series pretty much exposing URL for constantly blocking battles and sabotaging other leagues, bro, sabotaging other cards. I like the fact that ARP addresses one very specific thing that a lot of you guys seem to have confused as it pertains to URL blocking battles, because I understand a lot of us are fans of URL. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us watch primarily URL. So a lot of us are quick to jump and defend the URL, completely ignoring, you know what I'm saying, and dismissing the type of stuff and the type of politics and business that the URL does. I get it. We're big fans of URL and battle rap. And because URL is the NBA, and that's where our favorite battlers usually are, we're going to tend to jump to their defense. So one of the first things that ARP does in this blog, which I appreciated, was he clarifies, right? He clarifies for us what he means when he's talking about the URL blocking battles. Because one of the things that a lot of us like to say, right, and a lot of us like to talk as if we know business. I do myself. I'm guilty of talking as if though I know business or I've had a business. But it's not because I feel like, it's not because of that though. It's just because I understand. Like, I understand. I'm constantly willing to take myself out of my perspective and put myself in the perspective of the business, so I get a better understanding of what's going on. A lot of us tend to confuse, right, URL sabotaging a battle, right, and blocking battles with business. Some of us tend to confuse that type of thing, bro. Some of us will say, oh, it's just business, you know what I'm saying? Whoever pays you more, You know what I'm saying? That's obviously where you're going to go. You know what I'm saying? It's business. You know what I mean? You got to do what you got to do in business and blah, blah, blah. It's not blocking a battler if the URL is offering you a better situation or paying you more and blah, blah, blah. I see a lot of that going on. So ARP, and I'm glad you did this, bro. If you're watching this, I'm glad you did this. You clarified what it is that we mean when you say sabotaging and blocking battles. Some of us probably think that it means before a battler is locked into a contract, right? Or before a battler is locked into a situation, the URL and RBE are like bidding, you know what I'm saying? Or like trying to get this battle rapper on their card. And URL tends to win in that situation because they have more to offer as far as more battles or more money or whatever the case is. ARP specifically, what he addresses when he talks about that situation is a battle rapper already being locked into a contract and or a situation with RBE. So a battle rapper already having signed some type of contract to be locked into a battle on RBE, already having gotten a deposit, already having confirmed and reassured the league owner RB and that everything is going to go down smooth, already having signed that agreement. After that point is when the URL tends to come in and offer a situation to a battle rapper. That's completely different, right, than a battle rapper not being locked into a situation, not having signed an agreement yet, not being locked in. Maybe it's being spoken about, you know what I'm saying, but not necessarily locked in. That's different than that being the situation and then URL trying to get that battle rapper on a card, because that battle rapper is not locked into a situation at the moment. But what ARP is talking about with these situations and in this series with these battle rappers and these battles that are being blocked is that that URL waits until they're locked into a situation, contractual situation, an agreement, deposit already set and made. That is when the URL tends to come in, and that is 1000% blocking battles and sabotaging a card. Because again, a lot of you guys make a good point when you say it's business, but the thing is that yeah, it's business to a certain point. It's business if there's a free agent, like in the NBA, there's a free agent. And you know what I'm saying? There's offers on the table from different people for you to join and, you know, a situation. That's different. When you're an agent, though, that's picked up already by your team, and then you come in and you like, yo, we'll give you the situation and we'll pay you this much and blah, 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 you know what I mean? So that you don't do whatever situation you got locked in and blah, 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 blah. That's absolutely 1000% sabotage and blocking battles. That is 1000% what that is. Just yesterday, I seen some post saying something like that. Like, it's not blocking battles, it's business, and it's up to the battle rapper to decide to do it. Yeah, that's true. But if a battle rapper is locked into an agreement already, and then a competitor comes in and then takes you off and offers you something for you to back out of that agreement that's already signed off for, which is the reason that ARP is even doing that contract situation that he's doing now. It's not so that he can prevent battle rappers from doing or going wherever they want, doing whatever they want. It's holding battle rappers accountable so that doesn't happen anymore, because that tends to happen when we're dealing with URL battlers battling on the RBE platform. That tends to happen, bro. It happens time and time again. So for clarification, man, I'm glad ARP addresses that situation. Now, ARP also addresses this Rum Nitty controversy. I feel like it was subliminal. I feel like it's subliminal, but he does address the Rum Nitty controversy. Let's show a quick clip of ARP's most recent blog that tells me that he is subliminally referencing the Rum Nitty situation. He puts clips of Rum Nitty in the blog, because at the same time he's talking about, at this point, the fact that battle rappers should be able to go where they want to go. He's talking about the fact that battle rappers should be able to move however they want to move, and they shouldn't be locked in or have to be locked into some kind of situation. He's talking about that, and then at the same time, right after, plays clips of Rum Nitty battling on other leagues and other situations. This is ARP's way of addressing the Rum Nitty, URL, Geechee Gotti, Riot, situation. This is ARP addressing it. Check it out.
Type of battlers that gave us a different type of vibe, and the shooting and production ruin your day. That whole look was only King of the Dot. And that's what's so dope about all these platforms and leagues having their own lanes and having their own identities and doing things different. Because even if we do work with the same battlers at times, we put them in different situations.
I dumped that 2 hands, I told it, get the busting shells, your front cracking, your cap all smoking. What a fucking smell. We are like two identical bows tied. We are not the same. Man, talking to the cops and shit, that'll only make me swing on them. Dwayne Johnson, I'll rock a snitch. Now my King of the Dot debut, I coached twice, but I'm still on the come up on play. Real shit.
You might see a battler come to RBE and do a blood, sweat, and tears type of matchup. You might see somebody go to URL and do a Summer Madness big headline main stage type of battle. You might see them then go over to Black Ice Cartel and see what they look like behind all that crazy editing and camera effects and stuff like that. It's different lanes that offer different type of looks and opportunities to these battlers.
Since Lawrence called me.
That's ARP addressing the Rum Nitty situation. That's ARP's subliminal way of addressing, because at the same time that he's showing these clips of these specific battlers at this specific time, when this specific situation is going on, ironically, with the URL and, you know what I'm saying, Rum Nitty leaving, he's adding clips of Rum Nitty in different situations, talking about that this is what the culture is and needs. It needs the freedom to be able to move how we want to move. It needs that. And that's what URL prevents. URL's politics and business and the way that they do things in their contracts prevents people like Rum Nitty being able to go and do something like a battle versus A Ward on the Riot, which is something that the URL has an issue with right now. And what we about to get into real quick, because Beasley, matter of fact, let's transition into this real quick. Beasley, right? I saw a video today, Ryan. Let me go to the clip real quick, man. I saw a video today with Beasley being interviewed by Hip Hop Is Real. Salute to Hip Hop Is Real, you know what I'm saying? Hold up.
Back there, so you want to listen to the fans, you want to listen to the numbers, you want to...
It's very interesting that this video drops today, right? Because in this clip that we about to watch, right? Beasley pretty much announces a Rum Nitty versus Fonz battle. This video drops today. Announces a Rum Nitty versus Fonz battle on volume 10. Pete.
Forward to that, you know, stay tuned for details on that. Of course, it's a little premature, so early, so I don't have any matches for that. Yeah. You know, I've heard, you know, people want to see Fonz and Rum Nitty, you know what I'm saying, get down in a volume setting. So maybe that's one of the matches that we may put together first.
I mean, there's a lot of that.
So maybe that's one of the matches that we might put together first. So it sounds like he's announcing the battle, but this battle's not locked in. Probably not locked in because of the situation that's going on with Rum Nitty and whatever's going on right now. So they're not 100% sure, sounds like URL, if they're going to lock that battle in, because Rum Nitty's talking about he might not be on URL too much more. But the fact that this announcement, right, and this video comes out today, again, the irony, bro, the timing of things. It's all about, things are all about timing, bro. Right? This leads me to believe, bro, that the URL is currently trying to save face with Rum Nitty. This announcement right here, or this video right here, makes me believe that the URL is trying to save face with Rum Nitty. First of all, volume 10 is not even for like how long? Like when is volume 10? In months? Why would we even be getting an announcement or information like that at this point in time? Why would it's not even a battle that's locked in. He didn't say it was locked in. He said they're going to try to make it happen. So why would we even make that type of announcement at this point in time? Why would we put that out there? If you ask me, right, the reason that this is being put out there is because of what's going on right now circulating Rum Nitty. Is because of what's going on right now. The controversy with Rum Nitty and leaving URL. I believe that this is one of URL's ways of trying to save face with a Rum Nitty. Pretty much offering Rum Nitty a situation without actually having offered Rum Nitty a situation. That's what this is right here. Because again, if you listen to Beasley, he didn't say that this battle's locked in. He's saying at this point in time that that's something that they might try and make happen. But at the same time, we just had Rum Nitty tweet that he might not be on the URL stage too much more. And we got this whole controversy about Rum Nitty not being on Summer Madness. So Beasley, Smack, Chico and them, are you guys talking about this because Rum Nitty and Geechee Gotti are threatening to leave URL, bruh? Is this why we're talking about this situation? Is this why we're saying that you guys are gonna work on getting Rum Nitty versus Fonz locked in for Volume 10? Bro, when is Volume 10? Volume 10 is not even in our foreseeable future right now. We're still waiting on Summer Madness, whatever Summer Madness it is. We're still waiting on that September 24th. We already talking about Volume 10, mentioning Rum Nitty's name around the same exact time that this whole controversy is going on with URL blocking battles and sabotaging leagues, Rum Nitty situation with A Ward, and the fact that now he's talking about leaving URL at the same time as Geechee Gotti. If I'm putting two and two together correctly, which I feel like I am, bro, because I have people confirming what I'm saying now. I just watched the Jim's blog, so I don't really watch Jim's. You know what I'm saying? It's not really my speed as far as blogging, but I watched the Jim's blog today because I saw that he addressed this Rum Nitty situation. And so far, I've been the only person really covering this whole Rum Nitty stuff, you know what I'm saying, in Geechee Gotti. So I checked out his blog, and he says that he heard from a credible source that URL did try blocking the A Ward and Rum Nitty battle. So what he says in his blog, he said that. So it seems like I've been pretty on point with my speculation, you know what I'm saying, my as to what's going on. And again, right now, it seems as if though this is a move to try and save face. Now maybe Rum Nitty can see, you know, a situation where he's like, damn, see, now I got the option to maybe, okay, the URL is willing to offer, you know what I'm saying? See, the URL probably never even reached out to Rum Nitty to offer him that situation on the phone or nothing like that. It's probably the same time. It's probably the first time that Beasley's saying anything about it too, like Rum Nitty, and making it known that they want to try and make that happen. Again, I wouldn't put anything past URL. I wouldn't put anything past the URL, especially the fact that they would try and save face by doing something like that for Rum Nitty now, trying to give Rum Nitty some type of situation after Rum Nitty threatened to leave URL. I wouldn't at all. But it's like, I feel like at this point, though, with that happening, right, and Rum Nitty letting it be known that that was a situation that he might not be on URL too much more, I feel like now Nitty gained some leverage in the situation, which is a good thing. Because if URL continues to have all the leverage, bro, they could just continue to bench Nitty and just do whatever they want with Nitty. Nitty doesn't really have control of his career the longer that he stays under the umbrella of URL. And Nitty has super potential, bro, to become one of the biggest names, bro. So I need to know what y'all think, man. These are just some of the latest developments as it pertains to this whole Rum Nitty, Geechee Gotti, the Riot, URL, ARP, still exposing URL. You know what I'm saying? ARP, keep doing what you do, man. Keep doing what you do, man. You already know what it is, man. It's your boy Joe coming at you, man. Live and direct from the battle booth, man.